Stars in the sky, cards in my hand, searching for signs.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the My Tarot Morning Reflection Daily Inventory. Good morning, Angelina and Jenna and Jenny and all the other wonderful, amazing people out there, etc., etc. So, good morning, Maureen. As we sit here, I was just listening to the cards again, like they're the sounds of the ocean, which reminds me to take that breath. And then reaching for a cup of sunshine. So, I hope everybody's having, of course, that amazing morning. So, what are we even doing here? We are greeting the sun. It's actually nice outside. Oh, man. And so we've been, can you believe that they're already starting to put all the Halloween stuff in Michael's? So Mina has already bought a boatload of stuff. There's actually some cool stuff this year. But it is already July, 16th, and the summer is moving quick. So, but again, listening to the cards like they're the sounds of the ocean. Feeling the shoulders relax. Checking in with where are my feet anyway? My feet are personally flat on the floor. I don't know where yours are, but I'm rolling my ankles. And then checking in with my butt, doing the kitty dance, making sure that's nice and comfortable. Oh, and those ankles, my goodness. The shoulders reminds me to take that breath with the neck. I'm just feeling tight today. So, but this is our chance to check in with the universe. Or as I like to say, where the universe holds up that mirror, asks us, what do we see? We can use the tarot for that reflection. So I've actually also been writing. I am up to, so it looks like it's the way that I'm writing. I don't know what's going to happen with this, but I just got done with temperance. So I'm all the way up to temperance now, and they're essays. It's not just like chapters. It seems like when I've gone through all of my transcripts, and that's 1,000 videos. Good morning, Milka Bitty. I hope I didn't mutilate that too bad. But I've been going through all my transcripts, and it turns out that instead of just chapters, I'm actually writing essays about each card. So this I'm going to finish the majors, and then I'm going to do something with, even if it's to give it out free. Because I find it interesting to go back through all my videos. But let's focus on just for today. Ooh, there we are. So, taking that extra breath, what are we going to do here then? I am going to make our 3 stacks. Each one a different thread going out to the universe. It's like each one's a different thought or idea. And if we believe in a multiverse, it's like each one of these is a different path. So the question is, which thread do we want to pull? Which path do we want to go down? And today, let's take the bottom stack, or what I like to think of as what's underneath us that might be influencing us, and we may not even realize it. And good morning, Claire T4040. So, we just got back from, we went to France, but then we went to Canterbury and stayed there before coming back home. And I tell you what, out of all the cathedrals, Notre Dame, anything in London, I think that Canterbury was one of the most amazing cathedrals I've ever been. So, taking that extra breath, I'm going to do what? I'm going to do hour, 3, and 1. So I like to flip each card over one at a time, like we're reading the pages of a book. And that way we find out together as we move through the cards, and it's just more exciting that way. Personally, I think so. So, our first card today. Oh, that's awesome. So I'm going to flip over our first card today, which is the Page of Wands reversed. So yes, this is my reversal deck. And when we have the Page of Wands, pages are what? Pages are us when we are open to learning. 1500s, page would be sent off to court so that they could learn how to be a knight. Knight wants to learn how to be a king, all that wonderful, wonderful stuff. And a Page of Wands. Wands are fire, energy, passion, creativity. So this is where we are looking to start something, an action, maybe something artistic or a project or something where we're going to learn something, where we're, well, okay, this is kind of reversed. And he's even looking at the past. So maybe being distracted. So this is one of those things where, you know, especially if we find that we're getting bored or we don't have enough time and we're not learning, we're not doing something new, we're not doing something even that we've done 100 times but is passionate about, like we were when we first started something. But let's see what our Page of Wands has their back to. It is the 9 of Cups again. So this has been a popular card. So cups are our spirituality, our emotions, our feelings. And then when we have 9s, we're doing that numerology 1 to 10. And with 1, we plant a seed. And when we plant a seed, we watch it grow. And then hopefully, and as I say, when we do the 1 to 10, our goal is to go from that seed to 10. And if it's a finish line, if we're running this race, 10 is not the finish line, 9 is. So, you know, sometimes it just feels like we're dragging. Maybe yesterday we weren't motivated. Maybe this morning we're not motivated. But you know what? There's still things, whether it's even this cup of coffee makes me halfway through to 10 anyway. Well, we don't want to be at 5, but 5 plus this cup of coffee equals 6. So it's still about finding the positive, you know, even if it's hard to get motivated. It's about actually looking for the positive and then going for that goal, which that 6 of Cups. So you ever have that feeling where it's like, there's no particular reason why we feel a particular way. It's just we're not motivated, but things are going well. You know, and I mean, we're sitting here meditating. We're doing things that we do for health. And yet sometimes we just don't see an end result. We don't realize, you know, like today I could be just, you know, so what is it today? So I'll tell you what, work is kind of dragging. It's just one of those things where I need to find something new. I need something to get me motivated after 26 years. You know, but sometimes it's hard to get motivated and be the page because I'm kind of a senior there, right? But it's still such a positive thing. So the 6 of Cups, it's hard for the 6 of Cups to be a negative. 6s are about harmony, improvement, things getting better. You know, fives are always that challenge. Fives are always, oh, am I going to make it? Am I going to make it? And sixes are that feeling of coming over the hill. You know, and so Six of Cups, it's where we take a look at where we came from. You know, sometimes there are challenges we don't do, we didn't get over it by ourselves, right? Sometimes people are handing us cups to help us. Other times it just feels good to help other people, you know, but we have the Six of Cups blocked here. So this is one of those things where it's like things are going good. You know, it's just trying to find something new, trying to find something different. You know, our lives aren't, you know, unless something's bad going on, and I hope it's not. But generally, our lives can go pretty good, but we start getting bored. Again, after 26 years with the same business, you know, I get lazy and I choose not to start learning something new, right? But imagine how it would feel if I did, if I turn this page around. Then I'm earning that Nine of Cups, not just because I'm kind of bored, but life is good. It's because I'm taking an action and life is good. And then we appreciate the Nine of Cups that much more as we move into the sixes. So this is just one of those things where we forget to be appreciative, where we forget to um, count our blessings, which can be hard anyway, especially if things are going tough. But again, the heart here is the Nine of Cups. The other stuff is just those mornings where it's difficult to appreciate it. So let's take a look at the advice card. It is Temperance. So temperance is what? Temperance is we have one cup and we're pouring another cup into it, right? So for example, let's say this cup is the wine. So we see this statue all over France, all over Italy. And we have our wine here and our water here, and we're mixing them together. We're looking for that balance. So it's not too much, not too little, you know. And look at this. This person's foot is in the water, and we're on a slippery slope here. And yet they still found, they still found a balance, even on a slippery slope. So when this card is reversed, and this is our major, this is about finding something new. It's about waking up today. And, sometimes we go through rote. We just say, these are what I'm blessed with. Let's look at my positive list to make up for, so we start our day with affirmations. Yay, I have a roof over my head. But sometimes it's hard to act on those affirmations because sometimes we just get stuck in a rut. So today, let's appreciate the positives that we have. But if we start feeling hungry, angry, lonely, or tired, if we find that we are not doing something creative with our positives, maybe something is out of balance. Maybe we're not taking into consideration what it means to have too much or too little. We have we have that feeling, we know again, these are the positives in my life. Today it's just about what do I need to do to maybe start something new, find that energy, go for a walk, so that we can really appreciate what we do have. Maybe I need to make something for the house, do something for the house. And then if we can do that and we're appreciating that Nine of Cups, Maybe we're turning our Six of Cups around and we have found our balance. So today, find the balance, find that youthful energy, find that project, find that fun thing to do. And let's really appreciate what we do have today. So with that, take care, everybody. Have an amazing, amazing day. Thank you, Claire. And I will be back here again tomorrow. Take care, everybody, and I will see you all later. Thank you very much again. You all are part of my Nine of Cups.
Stars in the sky, cards in my hand, searching for signs, lost in the sand. Whispers of fate, echoes of dreams in the dark slate. Nothing's as it seems. Flip the cards, turn around, disturb.